a difference, increase revenue, help others, impact lives, and you are interested in growing in business and life, and you're open to doing things a bit differently, then you are a DoorGrow hacker. DoorGrow hackers love the opportunities, daily variety, unique challenges, and freedom that property management brings. Many in real estate think you're crazy for doing it. You think they're crazy for not, because you realize that property management is the ultimate high trust gateway to real estate deals, relationships, and residual income. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management business owners and their businesses. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. I'm your host, property management growth expert, Jason Hull, the founder and CEO of DoorGrow. Now let's get into the show. So for today's topic, so at the time of this recording, we are in kind of the no man's land in between Christmas and New Year's. And this time period, I see a lot of entrepreneurs put their head down and they get a little bit bored and they start to focus on working on their business. Sometimes for the first time in a long time, because there's a lot of business owners. A lot of y'all are working in your business constantly, and you're not working on your business. And businesses can't grow unless you're working on them instead of just in them, right? I call that strategic time instead of just daily tactical time doing the work. So today's topic that I wanted to talk about is about I've been working with my sales team on helping to create better visual materials. So one thing that I've noticed is I've started using an app called Notability, and I draw a lot on my iPad with my Apple Pencil. And I've been doing a lot of drawings and educating, teaching clients. And I just notice that at the end of our group coaching calls and stuff, I have way less questions. There's much higher retention rate. People absorb the information better. And it's really helped me to understand the power in visuals. Not only that, but we've bought into several high ticket programs and masterminds. And I've noticed that some of the ones that we closed very easily with, they had a very nice pitch deck. And so I wanted to share an idea with all of you that you should have a pitch deck for your property management business in selling. This is something that I coach clients on. And so I wanted to just touch on, kind of sell you on the idea of having a pitch deck. Now, I know, ironically, I do not have a pitch deck to show you right now to sell you on the idea of having a pitch deck. That would be really cool, right? But this is a podcast, so not everybody is going to see anything anyway. But I'm going to go over some topics. And if you saw my previous episode on ChatGPT, I actually had ChatGPT do some of the research for me. So AI helped me create this podcast episode. So one of the things that makes pitch decks really effective is there's this power in visual storytelling. Visuals help convey complex ideas really quickly. They help people get the idea and see it and absorb it a lot faster. Not only that, but it's engaging and it gives somebody something they can remember in association with it. So I think also, with having something like that, if it's designed even marginally well, it doesn't have to be amazing, but it helps build credibility and it shows that a better first impression that you've thought through some of these concepts. And so I share frameworks, but I like to share them in a visual way so that people can absorb and learn these frameworks. And we use these during our sales pitch, during the sales process. Now, in using visual aids, like in a pitch deck, having things that people can see, it will definitely help you increase your close rates. Because if people are absorbing information faster, and people are, if people can see the information and they're visual learners, and they're not just auditory learners, then they'll be able to absorb it a lot more quickly. And some people are kinesthetic learners. They have to kind of see and feel. And so visuals help them to kind of imagine how these things could work, especially if you're using sort of visual analogies or pictures that involve people touching, doing, acting, right? For those kinesthetic learners out there. It helps. So I've noticed, I mentioned that retention is a lot higher. So it doesn't matter if you're selling to somebody and they just forget everything instantly. And so if they can retain the information that you share, and they learn, that education that you give them during the sales process increases the likelihood that they're going to work with you. Because the only reason they would not work with you is because they aren't educated enough, right? Because you offer a really great service and you solve their problem. And if they don't understand that, they need to be educated on that. So let's talk about the benefits of having a pitch deck, right? So we talked about how it can visually help showcase the value proposition of your product or service. So a pitch deck also can help the sales team. If you have a sales team, this helps them to actually sell the way that you would want them to. It helps keep them on track during a presentation. It helps them be more organized. It creates consistency, because how many of you have created a sales script? Many of you probably don't have one, which really sucks. But how many of you created a sales script and then your team, you listen to a call and your team don't follow it? And so the visuals kind of force them to go down a similar path to what you would want them to. And you can build the script into the pitch deck if they're doing it digitally. They can be the notes on the slides. And so they have to talk about what they're showing visually, right? Pitch deck also can help establish and build credibility, because it's kind of set you as a leader in your space, because a lot of your competition probably don't have one. I'll be honest, like most property managers' sales process is just hope somebody calls in and then just wing it and answer whatever questions they have. And hopefully, then maybe they'll want to sign up. And that's like really ridiculous, right? It's not a very effective sales strategy. So we teach a lot more effective ways of building a sales process through multiple interactions spread out over time, and using effective language, and how to deal with objections, and building the ultimate pitch using our golden bridge, 4-phase selling, and etc. So you want to build this out to be really effective. The pitch deck also can help your sales team anticipate and address the objections or questions from potential customers. So the pitch deck that I'm building out right now for my sales team has all of the most common objections and the ways to deal with those objections built into it. Now, they don't have to use every slide. Like if they went through and used every slide that we have that I've put in the pitch deck and talked about them all and shared every framework, it'd probably be like a 2-hour conversation. It'd be really long. They don't need to. One of the early slides in the pitch deck is to triage and identify what their challenges are. And then later we have slides to deal with those challenges. You don't need to talk about anything else, right? You don't need to talk about problems you can solve for them that they're not dealing with. If they're a potential client, they care about the problems they have right now. And so that is another tool, or another way that a pitch deck can help, is that it can help address objections or these questions and get them thinking about how you can help them solve this. Pitch deck can also help future pace people. So you can showcase a roadmap or a path that includes you in the future. And really, this is why people work with you, is they imagine a different future than they've been experiencing in the present or in the past. They imagine there's a different outcome or a different result in the future that includes you, and it allows you to visually showcase, here's the journey that you're going to go on, which is why it's important to have maybe a roadmap or a journey. And if you haven't seen our roadmap for property managers, which is the DoorGrow code, we've cracked the code on the process for growing and scaling your business from 0 to 1,000 plus doors in a relatively short period of time. And this roadmap creates a lot of clarity for our clients and for our potential clients very quickly. They can see, oh, this is the problem I should be working on instead of this. And here's where I'm at. And here's what I need to do to get to the next level. So they don't waste a lot of time doing the wrong stuff, right? And if you set up a call with our team, you'll definitely see that. This is how we triage clients now. It's how we help them see the future of how we can help them. So the pitch deck also will help your sales team or yourself, if you're selling, persuade the potential customers because it'll highlight the key features, benefits of the product and service. You can showcase these. So if it's property management, you can showcase in your pitch deck through your slides like the benefits of using a property manager over what other alternate vehicles they might have been thinking about doing, like doing it themselves or getting their realtor to do it or whatever, right? Pitch deck also can help your sales team close deals, but by providing a clear call to action and then outlining what happens after that, right? So you can have a clear call to action, which one of the biggest challenges I've noticed with sales teams is that they just don't ask. They don't go for the close. So you build that in and they will ask every time. And you need to ask for the close. I teach my sales team, you need to go ask for the close, even if you know they won't do it yet, or but because it brings out the objections. It allows those objections to come out or come to the foreground. It kind of shakes the gold out of the dirt, so to speak. It allows you to see the real objections and what you need to deal with. And if you don't ask, a lot of times you don't get to the objection. It's just like, well, do you think you might do this? Yeah, maybe. Cool. Okay. Well, I'll follow up with you after you've taken a look at some things. Okay. Right. That's not very effective. But if you say, hey, is there anything that would prevent you from signing up or getting started with us today? And, are you ready to do this? They're going to say yes or no. They might say yes, right? And they might say, well, no, I need to do this. Or you'll hear some typical objections like, well, I need to talk to my spouse first, or I need to get the funds together, or whatever it might be. They're going to bring up some sort of objection. Well, I'm working on this with the property first, and I need to do this. And okay, cool. So now you know what the objection is, and you can say, well, we can help you with that thing, or we solve that problem, by the way, or that's included, or here's why you probably don't want to go down that path and do that. Instead, have us do this, right? So you can now solve that objection that's preventing them from signing up with you right now. All right. So let's talk about some things to include in a good pitch deck. So this is what ChatGPT said. So here's some ideas, right? So it should have a clear and compelling value proposition. This should be the main focus of the pitch deck and should be communicated in a way that resonates with the audience, right? There needs to be value, right? How is this going to benefit me is what your prospect's thinking. Number 2, a strong visual design. Use clean, professional design elements to make the pitch deck visually appealing and easy to follow. So, which means you want it to be very visual, not text heavy. That's PowerPoint. Death by PowerPoint is you just include everything that you're going to say text wise. And then it's really annoying. It's almost insulting. You're like, well, I'm going to read you what's on the screen right now, right? You don't want to do that. Use visuals that back up what you're going to say and have what you're going to say in the hidden notes on your desktop or on your screen or in front of you, right? Where are we at? Number 3, detailed product or service information. So provide detailed information about the product or service being pitched, including key features and benefits. Now, if people get too caught up on the features and benefits, it's often because they don't trust you a lot of times. So just be aware of that. But if they trust you, then the features and benefits can help move them towards the close. Number 4, customer testimonials. So make sure you include quotes or video testimonials from satisfied customers to build credibility and trust. They need social proof. This is a risk for them to trust you. And so you need to showcase or have some stories, some success stories to share and showcase real people, faces. They need to see faces of humans that say, you should work with this property management company. Number 5, a solid business model. Outline the company's business model and how the product or service fits into that model. So you have, I think that your business, actual product, your product really is your business. It's not property management. Your product really is your team it's your service, it's your philosophy, it's your values as a company. And so I think it's important to showcase that. Number 6, market analysis. You could provide data and research to demonstrate the size and potential of the target market. So I think this could be helpful in property management, because one of the big challenges or objections people will have if you're trying to convert them maybe from an accidental investor to a long-term buy and hold, for example, or something, they might have concerns about external factors related to the real estate industry, the market as a whole. Should I even keep this property? And that could be very relevant to have some data about the market and why it's good to invest there and why it's good to hold on to the investment, etc. Number 7, marketing and sales strategy. Outline the marketing and sales strategy for the product or service, including details on target audience, pricing, distribution channels. So you will be marketing these properties, and so they're going to want to see some of that stuff. Like, here's how we're going to help you get this thing rented out. Here's how we're going to market it. Here's our process. Here's how we're going to make a video of the property and how we're going to put it out there and how we're going to get you the best tenants and stuff like this. Number 8, team and leadership. So introduce the team and leadership behind the company, highlighting the relevant expertise and experience. So I think that's very helpful to showcase that it's not just a one-man show, if you can, and to showcase that your team have knowledge and experience, and to showcase your expertise. A lot of times you aren't talking enough about yourself, and like, here's why I'm an expert. So for example, I would say I've spoken to thousands of property managers. I've helped hundreds. We have hundreds of clients. We have about 90 businesses in our mastermind right now, paying us thousands of dollars a month, right? So I want to showcase my expertise, right? So you need to be willing to toot your own horn and showcase that you're an expert. Otherwise, why should they trust you, right? They don't care how much you know or what you know until they know that you are an expert and are safe and they can trust you, right? Then they'll start to listen to you. I usually recommend you qualify yourself early in your pitch deck and early in the conversation. Okay. What else? We've got number 9, financial projections. So providing financial projections, including revenue and profitability estimates to show the potential return on the investment for the product or service. So that can be a little bit dangerous, I think, legally, but you need to be careful. You can't make certain promises. But I think with their rental property, you could show a pro forma. You could show some projections of the future of what they could be doing versus where they're at now, which creates a pain gap between the results you can get them and where they're currently sitting. You could showcase rent range reports or what their property should rent for. You could have comps, stuff like this. And then number 10, a clear call to action. So of course, at the end, you should end with a clear call to action and outline the next steps, right? So that is the idea of creating a pitch deck. Now, I have a lot of psychology and science that I put into pitch decks. I don't have the time to go into all of that here on a podcast episode. We go deep. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can add into your pitch and into your pitch deck. As part of our rapid revamp program, I spend 2 weeks. 2 of our calls are spent just focusing on how to create the ultimate pitch. And then we have a whole training in DoorGrow Academy on sales secrets, how to build the ultimate sales pipeline and process, and then how to sales language that you can use, which is based on neuro-linguistic programming to psychologically shift people's attention towards the things they should be focused on, to deal with objections, stuff like this. And then we get into my 4-phase golden bridge selling, which I think is the most authentic way to sell to create trust, which is about transparently sharing your real motivations besides just getting money from them, and connecting it to their motivation and showcasing how your business is a vehicle for you to get what you want. So you can go back and listen to my episode on the 4 reasons for starting a business. So it gets into that a bit and then connecting it. So if they understand your motive, the business motive, and it connects to their motive, everybody's in alignment, and there's going to be a win-win-win between all 3 entities here, right? So the business gives you what you want and helps give them what they want. And that's the golden bridge. The business is the bridge between both of you getting and connecting with your desires, connecting to each other, right? And it's the most authentic, easiest way to create trust and to sell. And we get into the 4 phases of that in our selling process. And then we get into what I call the 3 dominoes that you need to knock over in order to have the ultimate pitch, which is during phase 3 is the pitch part. So if you're curious about learning this, you want to increase your close rate, you want to close more deals, you want to get more clients, reach out to DoorGrow. We would love to help you out. And our clients are crushing it. We had our growth accelerator call today with our group coaching clients. One of our clients just added 37 doors in the last month. So kudos to that client. And he just broke the 100-door barrier. He knows how to get doors, doesn't have to spend any money on advertising. And he's like, it's becoming painful. And that's exactly what we define at that stage in our DoorGrow code. You break the 100 doors and it's going to start to become painful because you now are a promoter and you know how to grow your business. Adding doors is not hard. So we solved that problem. So now he needs our super system and he needs to start building out the back end of the business, operations, etc. And if you're already beyond 100 doors, you're probably making some of the most typical mistakes. You're thinking, I need more processes. I need to micromanage my team more. I need more KPIs. These are very typical thinking of entrepreneurs that are stuck and will never break 600 doors because they are focused on the wrong problem. It's not that you need to micromanage more. You need a better team and that you don't have to micromanage. And so we can share all of that with you during our sales call. We have slides for this that I think will blow your mind. So reach out to DoorGrow. We would love to help you grow and scale your business. Reach out to us. You can check us out at doorgrow.com, book a call with our team, and we're going to help you make a lot more money, but get more fulfillment, freedom, contribution, and support in your business. And until next time, bye everyone, to our mutual growth.